Hey, this is Chris from MasculineProfiles.com. We're coming at you today with an article about Latin American Cupid dating site. Now, I've been using this dating site. I'm in Panama right now, and I've been here for a couple of months. And I first got here, and actually, what's awesome about that site is, you can get on it before you leave home and start contacting these girls before you even leave town. I was in Florida. I was talking to some girls about a month before I left, so you can set things up and really get prepared when you get down here. But Latin American Cupid is awesome. Actually, the Cupid dating group has a bunch of sites. Now, this is not OK Cupid. This is Latin American Cupid, and there's International Cupid. There's a bunch of Asian sites. There is Japan Cupid. There is Thai Cupid and Filipino Cupid. Over here in Latin America, there is Latin American Cupid, Colombian Cupid, there's Brazil Cupid, there's Dominican Cupid, and there's a few others, I can't name them all off right now, but they're fabulous sites, Now, of course, I'm using Tinder also, and Tinder's wonderful too, but I found, and I've actually done a little research and talked to some other guys about the differences, between the sites, and for what I'm looking for, I find that, the Latin American Cupid's been awesome. Now, I came here, like I said, I came here at the beginning of February. I'm going to stay for a while longer, but I'm planning on traveling some more in Latin America. I'm going to go to Colombia next, just to pop around because I know someone there. But I can go to Costa Rica, and there's Guatemala, and there's Nicaragua. There's Ecuador, and of course Colombia. There's Brazil. There's so many other areas down here to go to. And you get on the Latin American site, Latin American Cupid, and you can start contacting these girls, getting to know them, before you even go to their country. It's really cool. You can get a level of confidence built up with them, a level of trust, which is really good. Obviously. Now, the thing that I really liked about the Latin American Cupid site is that it's not a completely free site, like Tinder. So there's usually a little more commitment involved, from the girls, these girls with Tinder, you're looking at a lot of. I was reading an article recently about gringo hunters. There's a lot of gringo hunters on Tinder, and you know what? It's got a great sound to it, because as a gringo, I know there's a lot of guys here that would love to be, to come here and be prey of these beautiful gringo hunters that are here in Latin America. So it's awesome, but I'm personally looking for something a little more longer term, and not that I won't need to fill in some lonely points in between, so I'm always open to doing both. That's why I'm using both sites right now, Tinder and Latin American Cupid. They both have worked for me already, and I've made even some nice friends, from that. And there's some girls that, we never connected, but I still keep in touch with them on both Tinder and Latin American Cupid. In Latin American Cupid, it's nice because you have a little more flexibility with Latin American Cupid. If you see a girl, you can always go back to her. With Tinder, it's not as easy unless you upgrade, even though, you're paying for the Latin American Cupid either way. So, but I found on Tinder, a lot of these girls are looking just for, some of them are working girls, which of course there's no problem with. Here at Masculine Profiles, we're open to all that stuff, and those are the kind of points that we want to relay to our readers, to let them know what's out there, and it's all out there here in Latin America. And I found that, here in Colombia, man, it's just so awesome. So many beautiful women here. It's hard to keep track. You're walking down the street, like I get up in the morning sometimes, and I'm in the business area. I'm close to Balboa. I'm in Marbella, in Panama, and this is the banking district. And there's just so many beautiful women walking around in suits and, going to work, and it's just unreal, And a lot of these girls are on the websites. You got to find them too. But also, you got to also try to communicate with them if you can. I'm learning Spanish, so it's a little tough for me right now. But if you know Spanish here, they love it when, you speak to them in Spanish with a bit of a North American accent or a European accent, you can. They love that, and they love that you're trying to speak their language. And there's so many beautiful women here, and I found that Latin American Cupid is awesome. It's pretty cheap, if you think about it. It's really inexpensive to use. You can start targeted girls before you even come here, or if you're already here, you can get on there. You can be meeting a girl within a half an hour. I mean, this girl's on there right now waiting for someone to contact them and say, let's meet, let's do something. You know, and some of them are looking for money, and they're upfront about it. And then a lot of them, they want a relationship, and be upfront with them too about it. You know, be like, you know, what are you looking for? You know, I don't want a girl that's just out for money, or a girl that just wants to, you know, give me a back rub and whatever else for money. You know, but they're obvious. You know, they're very upfront about it. You know, and so be upfront with them too.